and kneeling to start. You can sit whichever way you want. I'm far away in the screen at the moment, but it's only because we're going to be standing up and doing some sort of modified sun salutations. So, but kneeling opens your legs, etc. It's quite a good way to start if it's comfortable on your knees. Remember, you can pad anything, and you can pad behind your calves if it helps. Just lift off your knees a little bit because it's quite strong in the knees sometimes for people. So come into whatever comfortable seat you can find. I'm going to crack on a little bit this morning because I seem to have an awful lot of stick men on my pages. So let's just come to starting by closing your eyes first of all and just noticing your breath. Noticing which nostril you're breathing through. So only breathing through the nostrils if that's available to you. And always use the mouth if it's not. But if it is, in and out through your nostrils, but just notice which nostrils open more. We know the story that it changes every few hours from left to right being dominant. Probably when you've just got up, your left nostril will be more dominant and open because it's the rested side. But this morning we're going to start working in a minute with our right nostril because we're going to do a little bit more of, not active, but sun salutation is a moving meditation actually, really, I suppose. So we want a little bit of energy coming in. But first of all, just now that you've noticed which nostrils, start to try to breathe in through both nostrils and out through both nostrils, just for 2 or 3 breaths to start slowing your breath down. So slowing the breath down, we connect to ourselves, we connect to what we're doing here on the mat, we shut everything else out because we're focusing on the breath. So just start to relate to your breath. And then we're going to try without a mudra this morning, just to do our in right, out left, in left, out right, our Nadi Shodana. So if you start when you're ready psychically to try and just breathe in through your right nostril. See if you can relate to that. It's quite hard sometimes to really focus on one part. And then out through your left when you're ready. So it's in right, out left, in left, out right. So closing the eyes, we can really focus a little bit closer to what we're doing. Feeling that sense of shutting one nostril off as you breathe in through the other, and then shutting that one off as you breathe out through the one that was closed. How ready are you to actually find specific parts of your body and work with them? Okay, so let go of that breath when you come round in the circle to the end. So you'd end on an exhale through your right nostril. Let go of the breath then. And then we're going to work with a mudra now. So mudra, Vishnu mudra, using the fingers on the forehead, right nostril's your thumb, left nostril's your ring finger. Closing the eyes. If you don't like the fingers there, you can fold them in, the 2 that are on your third eye. And then just find your breath and try Nadi Shodana again and see how much more easeful it is now, starting with a right in breath and out through your left. So closing either nostril off when you need to. Just take 2 or 3 breaths of working with the mudra. Far more easy to connect to your breath then. So this morning our classes Bring Me Sunshine. So we're going to be working with sun breath in a minute, and then sun salutations. The sun, we know we like the sun. The sun's a good thing. It's something everybody looks forward to as we come out of winter, we come out of the darkness, we come into the light, is the way it would be seen, specifically for a lot of religions in the past. So the sun's had many names as a deity. We don't think of it as a deity so much now, but in ancient Egypt, he was Ra, the sun god. In Greek mythology, he was Helios. In Roman times, he was Sol. But in Norse and Old Germanic, here's one for the girls, it was a female goddess called Sol or Suna. So normally male. Here in yoga, we think of it as Surya. Surya is, as in Surya Namaskar and Sun Salutation. It's a Sanskrit word for sun, Sanskrit word for sun. And it's also the sun god in Hinduism and Buddhism. So we talk about Surya a lot. Well, not a lot, but it comes into our practice in yoga because they tended to follow the Hindu religion to start when yoga, that's where it comes from. So let go of that breath now. I'm going to work on our right nostril only. So keeping the mudra there, all we're doing now is changing the breath to in through the right and exhale through the left. We'll take 5 to 10 breaths of that, and this is bringing in our Pingala Nadi, our right nostril breathing. Surya Bhedana, so there's that word, sun breath. Sun piercing breath. So sun piercing breath, we're working with that Pingala Nadi, which is our energizing side, our energizing Nadi, our energizing channel going through the right nostril. It's works with heat, energy, the male side of us, the active side. So when we want to activate, that's what we use, our right nostril breathing. It will also work with your sympathetic nervous system. So it works with a fight and flight side of us, that energy. Energy coming from the sun is the thought. So it's a hot energy. So let go of that and just see if you do feel any difference. Before you open your eyes, see if you feel any different. And then open your eyes. Okay, so personally, I need to sit up a little bit because I've been kneeling, so I'm just going to kneel forward and give my feet a little shake out. Do that. Don't sit too long in this position. It's not very good if you sit for too long kneeling. So we're going to move in this. We will be going up and down. If that's too much for anybody, you can sit cross-legged if you'd rather, just for the beginning, for our warm-up here. So starting with our neck only. So really looking to just work on this cervical part of your spine. We're just going to close your eyes if you're wanting to again, and then we're going to breathe in, and as we breathe out, roll your head down. So tucking your chin, moving that hyoid bone underneath your tongue at the back, goes backwards and it lifts up through the back of your neck. And then as you inhale, we're going to roll up and lift up through the crown first of all, and then just raise your head slightly to look up at the top corner of the room. And back down on the exhale. We're going to have to kneel up and get pins and needles. That's not a good sign. So head down as you exhale, inhale, looking up. So just moving the neck here, but make sure as you roll backwards, you don't crunch the back of your neck. You want to open up through those vertebrae before you do the roll in the movement. And then pop your hands on your thighs roughly, down in front of you. And then start to move your shoulders with that roll. So just the upper thoracic spine, so just the top of your back will move with your head. So try and keep the rest of your body still and just moving through the trapeziums and the back of your shoulders there. So feeling that it's going down to just sort of about chest level here. And thinking of facing the light. As we look up, then maybe open your eyes this time and roll your eyes with it. So you're looking up and you're looking down. Just watch you don't get dizzy doing this one though. Take the time. Okay, and then sitting back down onto our knees when we start to move. Come with me up and down if you want, or change your seated position if you'd like to. So inhaling, we're going to raise up and just find an extension first of all. So looking up towards that corner, but the body and head is going straight upwards. So rolling the eyes, but not the neck this time. Looking downwards, coming down into rolled forwards. Arms up behind you if you want to go the full way. So extend and look up. Don't do a back bend here is what I'm trying to say. Rolling down, tucking the tummy, tucking the chin. Taking the arms up behind you if you'd like to, coming right down, or just staying at the top and rolling through your shoulders. If it's too much for you to go up and down, just take what movement's available to you. And then coming up, everybody this time, taking the left arm up and taking a little bit of a side bend. So other hand onto your waist maybe, just to give you a bit of stability there. Keep to that side. So inhaling, arm up, exhaling, side bending, contracting that side. Take two more of these, so lifting up through from the knees, up through the tummy, keep the tummy tucked, keep the bottom tucked, folding just on the side body, so you're not bending there, you're contracting. And then take the left arm down, have a sit down again, take the right arm up as we come up, hand on the waist on the other side, reach up and exhale over. So you should be feeling that from your right knee, in my case, right up to the fingertips. Just a gentle roll open on the right side body. Try and keep everything in line. Try and feel that your frontal and back planes are not moving. Your knees are in line roughly with where your shoulders would be before they start to fold. You come back up to being above your knees. Hand comes down. Settle down again, take another roll back up, take the left arm up again. We're going to roll this time on a side bend, so side bend over. And then as you inhale, roll that top shoulder back and look up to the top corner. And roll forward. Take two more rolls in this position, so opening up. So a lot of sun worshipping here, thinking of looking up towards the sun and then rolling forward. As people would do in prayer, or not that we are doing it as a religious thing, please don't take it that way, but just thinking of how people revere the sun, and people still worship the sun for various reasons, don't they? Often just to go a darker shade of skin, lifting up, which isn't always great for us. Side bend on the other side, and then roll 2 or 3 rolls on this side. Remember to try and work with the breath, so we're working with the inhale as we open the body, and the exhale as we close it back to neutral. Try and keep that other side body contracted. So the side that's working for you here to hold you, it's your armpit to hip here that's holding you in this position. The other side is therefore able to move. Come back down, take a rest. Let's take that as a little continual movement, and then we'll finish with child's pose at the end. So inhaling, come up, take the arms up above the head, raise the eyes, but the crown goes straight up towards the ceiling. And back down, rolling through your spine now, a little bit more if you can. Take the arms up behind you if it's comfortable, head goes down. Rolling up this time and finding your back bend. So find that connection through from your waist down, and then roll open the upper body. And then roll forward, back down again, arms up behind you, head going down. Taking the left arm up now, hand comes to the side and the waist this time. Exhaling over into your side bend. Back up, take the left arm down, right arm up as you inhale. Exhale over, the other side. Back up to the top. Right arm comes down, left arm comes up on an inhale. Taking that roll with the side bend this time, so over. Roll, look up to that top corner, feel your nice open space under your armpit there. And back up to the top, take it on the other side, inhale up. Exhale over. Inhale open. I might be going too fast. Please take this at your own pace. If I'm not actually breathing because I'm talking, well, I'm breathing or I'll be dead, but I'm not able to breathe in time with the movement. So please take it on your own. Come back down to sitting and find child's pose now. So settle back towards your heels with your bottom. Come down to the floor. If your head's not quite on the floor, pop your hands under your head. Elbows on the floor to start with. Head down. Your head's not quite reaching the floor. Try just maybe opening your legs a little bit. If you've got your legs together, it's much harder to roll forward. So try and open your legs to sort of hip distance. And you'll find space then maybe for your body, for your head to come down. Watch your bottoms not popping up here, so keep your hands under your head if it is, and just take a few breaths here. And then walk the hands out in front of you into full child's pose here, in a sort of prostrate form. This is often the way you see people praying as well. Again, this is not a religious class, so I'm just taking it as a sort of visual for what we are thinking of here about the sun. Okay, so here, head can be up a little bit. We're going to walk to the right. So keep your head off the floor and take your child's pose over to the right. Bottom stays still, bottom stays down. If that left hip, just hold here and breathe. If the left hip's popped up because you've gone to the right, try and sink your left hip back down towards the heel. You get a nice big stretch then through the right hand side. And then walking the hands back through centre, go over to the left. So same thing, think about keeping that right hip here now heavy. Take a couple of breaths here. Walk the hands back to central when you're ready, into neutral. Pop the head down if you can. If you can't, you might want to rest your head here on your right arm, because we're going to take the left arm. We're going to raise it up and twist our head slightly and twist our upper body and look under your left armpit. So you're still in child's pose, you just put in a bit of a twist here. If your head comes off the floor a little bit, don't worry, but do try and keep it connected through your that hyoid bone, particularly under your tongue, so you can take the weight of the head here. And then roll back to forward to neutral. Pop the head on the floor if you can and have a little rest. Same thing other side. So your arms are still extended, you're just rolling that right arm now, in my case, is up, the elbow comes up, and I look under through my armpit. And then release back down. So this time, moving same way, but taking your left hand, sweeping it round to the side of you and taking it to behind you onto your back. And then rolling that left shoulder so that you're still in child's pose. Head, as I say, can come off the floor a little bit if it's more comfortable. But you're looking back up towards the left corner up above you. Still the same twist, just not got quite the pressure in it because you've not got your other arm helping you. And then take your right arm round, sweep it round, pop it in the lower back behind you. Roll through that right shoulder, just like we did when we were at the side bend, and look towards your right. And then release. Pop the hands out in front of you, bring the arms back round, sweep them both back behind you now. If it's comfortable, it's quite heavy in your head this. If it's too heavy in your head, just pop your hands under your head. If you can, sweep your arms round behind you. Maybe catch your feet or pop them on your lower back again behind you. And just have a couple of breaths here. Quite heavy in the head, this one. Quite a strong inversion, really, because your heart is above your head. So you've just got to watch these poses. They might not look very much, but it can make you feel a bit dizzy. And then bringing the hands forward, gently roll back up through from your tailbone, roll your spine back up until you get to your neck and roll it up so you're sitting up and kneeling again. Okay, let's take that one again and put in another little couple of things in here. Here we're going to do a modified Sun Salutation kneeling. But when we come forward, we'll be taking the leg forward into what would have been low lunge. We're taking this position, so your back hip is over your knee. Everybody do that for this one. That will be an option as we move into Sun Salutation. We'll all be taking half plank, which again will be an option when we go into full Sun Salutation. And we're taking baby cobra. So baby cobra, remember, is just a little bit up. It's not trying to push yourself off the floor particularly. Okay, so it's more about lifting that chest and moving forward. Okay, so we'll start kneeling again, if everybody's comfortable with that one. If you want to stay kneeling and not come up and down, please do that as well. Okay, so inhale, arms come up above the head. looking up a little bit with that movement. Exhale, rolling down through, sitting back down onto your heels, taking the hands up behind you and rolling your head forward, just as far as is comfortable. Inhale, we're taking it up again and we're coming up into our back bends. So rolling up and open, taking the arms backwards, lifting up through the spine from the knees, rolling forward again into your child's pose really, with your arms up behind you in bird. Taking the left arm up as you roll up this time. It's an extension, remember, then we side bend on the exhale. Inhale back up. Exhale that arm down. Inhale the right arm up. Exhale over. Try and keep that tummy tucked, the bottom tucked. Inhale back up. Left arm comes up, we take the roll. Oh, sorry, side bend. Forgot to side bend it. And roll open. So there's 2 breaths in this movement. But if you're not in the breath, it doesn't matter really. It's just, it does help you move. It is part of yoga to try and breathe with the movement. Inhale up, exhale over. Not at this speed, but you then inhale, roll. Watch the tummy doesn't stick out at that point. The bottom half of you should stay still here. Inhale back up to the top. Exhale down. Inhale both arms up here. And then we're taking a twist. So the right arm goes back as you exhale, the left arm goes forward. Just to shoulder height. Inhale forward. Exhale opposite side. So let's take another one of both of those. Inhale up. Exhale, rotate. So the slower you go, the harder it actually can be, the stronger the movement is. Taking it to the left side. But actually, the more controlled your movement, you're less liable to damage things as well. Exhale, sit down. Come into child's pose. Head down. Inhale, roll back up and step the right foot forward into that shape that I showed you before, 2 right angles. Inhale, take the arms up above your head. Exhale down. Same movements as we did a minute ago. Inhale, back bend. So rolling open the chest, really looking up towards the sky, to the sun. Right arm comes up this time. We look up towards it and then we twist and roll with it and take it round a circle behind us. So let's do that one again. So we're rolling the arm up. Not quite a back bend, but the eyes are moving with you. You're rolling round and opening that shoulder. And then take it the other way. So rolling, looking behind you as you take the arm up behind you. Lifting it up. Keep those legs strong. Keep the tummy engaged. Keep the rest of the body stable to allow that movement in the upper body. Take that arm down. Step back with that front foot. Settle back down into child's pose. Touch the ground with your forehead if you can. Inhale back up. Move the left foot forward. Same thing this side. So inhale up first of all, extension. Lift. Exhale down. Inhale up. Find that back bend this time. Roll the heart open. Exhale down. We're taking the left arm this time up. And we're rolling round in a circle and opening that chest. Keep both feet engaged while you're doing this, the next one. Think of what your feet are doing. You can rotate your shoulder here too and get a nice rotation. And then we're going in the other direction. So as if you were doing backstroke, if anybody does backstroke or front crawl, where you rotate your shoulder as you finish the movement. And then left foot comes back. Sit down on your heels, come down into child's pose, touch the floor with your head if you can. Move your hands, slip your hands forward and come into half plank. So in half plank, head's looking down here, a little bit in front of the mat, holding. We're taking the tummy and we're lifting it up and tucking the bottom. So really engaging that sort of pelvic tilt almost feeling there. And then the shoulders, you've not got quite a straight back here, but you want to draw your shoulder blades a little bit more towards each other. And then we're looking down, but think of that long crown. Tuck that chin. See if you can lift your head up just a little bit more. Is anything sagging anywhere, anybody? Lift it up if you can. Move the heart slightly forward through your arms. Breathing all the time, of course. Feet aren't really engaged here, but you can push through your feet if you want a little bit more strength in the lower half. Takes it off the shoulders. And then we're coming down to the floor. We're taking the elbows straight back behind us. Tight to the sides, heart's coming a little bit forward, down to the floor, touch the floor with your forehead again, and then your hands should be in the right position as you breathe in, take your elbows tight to your side, rolling up into a baby cobra, just a little bit, don't go too far, looking a little bit more ahead now, coming back down, take a couple of those, so inhaling, rolling open that heart, shining the light in you. I always think of this one. One more. And then we're going to come up to down dog. So everybody pushing through their hands, tucking their toes, lifting the bottoms up, taking you up by the bottom, as if I've got you by your hip flexors and I'm hooking you up. Come up to down dog, but a very soft down dog. So soften the knees, walk the feet through them, open up the feet in the back of the calves particularly, but just taking a little couple of walk the dogs here, maybe putting a bit of a twist into it. Pushing your hands down into the floor as if you were trying to open a stiff door. So you're really pushing away from the floor here. And then taking your right leg up behind you. Split dog, so just lifting up as high or as low as you want to. Bringing that foot down. Same thing other side. Take the left foot up. Reaching through the ball of the foot, lift it away. Bring it back down. Settle the knees back down to the floor. Take your head down into child's pose, either on your hands or just onto the floor. And take a breather. So when you're ready, continuing with that, I was going to keep doing that. I thought we probably needed a rest. Come up into tabletop. When you're in tabletop in your own time, just take a couple of cat-cows. So you're inhaling in neutral and exhaling into cat. So rolling your heart up. Inhaling forward into cow. So move with the breath first, then move from the tailbone. Take it easy. Think of opening up the spine here. It's not about how quickly you do these movements. It's about what you're trying to do to help your body. And then sitting back into child's pose. And then tucking the toes and coming back into down dog. So still soft in down dog. So then we come into twisted dog. So here we're just rolling through the feet and moving the hips a little bit more. Opening up the side of the hips you should feel here. And then walk the feet forward. So you come into a very soft forward fold. And either sweep up or roll up. Take your time, so whichever. Look along the floor. Opening up the arms if you're coming up with me in a sweep up. Take them around a big wide circle. Look up towards the sun. Take the hands into prayer hands and gently move them down through towards your heart as you exhale and come into Tadasana. Okay, so a couple of fun facts while you're taking your breath here. The sun is the centre star in our galaxy, and it's been shining for 4.6 billion years, which is about halfway through its life. So about 9 or 10 billion years that a star lasts for, apparently. See, you come here, you learn things. it might be a pub quiz question, so you never know. Okay, so we're going to go into the full rolling sun salutation here. If you can keep up with the breath, then please try to. If you can't, there's not a problem. Just stop, skip a thing if you have to, and move on. In the first round of this, we're going to need one break, because we'll all do low lunge with a break in the first round of this. But the option is to do that other way of low lunge as well. Remember to do half plank instead of plank when we eventually go into it. And is there any other change? No, not really. That's it. Okay, so front of the mat, everybody, when you're ready. And salutations, because we're all grateful that we're going to have some lovely sunshine this week. So even though it's not a religious thing with us nowadays, particularly, I don't think anybody's Hindu or Buddhist here, but it's not a religious thing, particularly in this country, but we all worship the sun, and as soon as we get it, you want to lift your face up to it. So that's the thought to go with as you do your sun salutation. Okay, inhale, arms come up above the head. Took you by surprise there, didn't I? Exhale, take the arms down. Inhale, the left arm up. Exhale, over to the side and side bend. Inhale, back up to the top. Left arm comes down. Inhale, the right arm up. Exhale, over. Remember, it's not a bend, it's more of a contraction, that movement. Exhale, down. Inhale, both arms sweep up above the head here. And we sweep down and come into forward fold. So forward fold. And then sweep the arms in front of you here, just and roll back up to the top. Lifting up through and looking up towards that top corner. Sweep the arms back round and roll back down to forward fold. Take one more of those. So sweeping the arms in front of you, maybe coming into a bit of a back bend this time and looking up towards the sun. And then opening the arms out and forward fold again back down into Uttanasana. In forward fold, just hang out for a second, so just let the shoulders go. And then put the hands either on the floor or on the shins or on the thighs. And inhale when you find your breath and come into half fold. And exhale back into forward fold. Nice soft forward fold. Your knees are nice and soft here, remember. However stretched shape you feel this morning, do not lock knees. Back into half fold. So it's just inhale into half fold, exhale into forward fold. Take 2 or 3 of those. Just opening up the back of your legs, opening up the back of your spine. You want to be nice and long here in half fold. So it's the spine that's rounding and opening here. The legs, actually, if you were in forward fold, wouldn't really be doing very much difference. But in our case, we're going from soft to maybe a little bit straighter as we go into half fold. And then coming down. Step back with your right foot now and come into your version of low lunge. Grab your brick, bring it into the inside of your front foot. I have it on the second side here. This is just so you may can touch the floor, but you'll find by doing that, if you've got shorter arms like me, that you end up rounding. So the idea here is it just gives you that little bit more length in your spine. So find which height of the brick's best to work on for you. And then we're just going to open up by lifting up the arm in front of us and taking that circle. So now I'm finding I need to put it up a little bit higher, my brick. So adjust your brick so that you can find that whole movement. I read in a book about stretching, just do 2 or 3 of those, that this movement is the best stretch in the world for your body. I don't quite know why. I think it moves most of your muscles on one side, obviously, at a time. But and then take it in the other direction, that one. So rolling open and drawing the arm forward. This should be really good for tennis players amongst us and swimmers. Or just for the rest of us, just opening up the body. Okay, so then move the brick out of your way. Step back with that left foot, sorry. Step forward with your right foot and bring the brick inside the right foot now. Same height you'll probably find. So you want to find you've got length in your spine here. We don't want to be coming down. And if you have the brick at the wrong height, or you try and touch the ground, you might have that mobility, but I doubt your spine will stay in a nice long extension. I think you might find you roll. So take 2 or 3 opening one way, and then 2 or 3 opening the other way. So moving into front crawl in my case now. Try and move the body with it. Don't just move your shoulder. Try and move from your opposite hip. And come to standstill. Take the brick out your way. Step back with that foot. Come into child's pose. And then on your next inhale, arms are extended in child's pose here. We're just going to pull through from the front, from the hands, and move through and come down into Cobra. So you really should find you're just rolling through your knees. This is quite a lot of knee work for anybody that doesn't want to do that, then just stay in Cobra and go up and down in Cobra gently. Otherwise, rolling back into child's pose, extended child's pose, and then rolling through, elbows come to the floor, heart moves along the floor almost, and you roll back up into Cobra. Tucking the tailbone, tucking the tummy, rolling back through into child's pose extended. Hands pulled gently against the floor to roll you back through. And you come back, oh, a lot of cracking in my knee. Back into Cobra. And then from here, tuck the toes, stretching up back into down dog, into down dog, walking the feet forward. Hang out for a second till we all catch up, have a couple of breaths. Back into half fold, so hands on floor maybe now, or further down than they were before. You might find you're able to do that, rolling back down through. Maybe you can keep your legs open now in Bhujungasana, forward fold. So just really rolling the spine down and opening the spine from the tailbone forward. And then come back into Uttanasana, forward fold. Roll up or sweep up back up to the top, whichever you prefer. In my case, opening the arms out as far as you can, a big wide circle, hands come together. Once we're there, everybody, exhale the arms back down through and come back to Tadasana. So the question of the breath is to try and keep in the breath, but if that's not working for you, then just breathe. Please don't find that you lose. It's not a dance. Once you practice this movement and practice the Sun Salutation more and more, then you'll get into the rhythm of taking the breath with it. But the breath is what you use for the speed. So in hot yoga, they might do it a lot faster than this. But in our hatha yoga here in this class, whatever speed's comfortable for you is fine. It's not a race to get to the end. Okay, let's take it one more time. This time we'll go through a normal Sun Salutation. You won't need your breath. You can choose your type of low lunge, and you can choose your type of plank as we go through it. And even if you didn't want to do down dog, you can do tabletop, rock back and go on to the other side that way. Okay, so front of the mat one last time. Inhale, arms come up above the head. Exhale, take the arms down. We're going to bring both arms up this time and do our side bends that way. If you don't like that, do one arm at a time. Inhale up. Exhale over to your right, both hands up above the head. It's a bit stronger, so if you don't like that, just do it one arm at a time. Inhale back up to neutral. Exhale over to the left. It's called swaying palm tree, this one. Exhale and rolling down through into forward fold. Inhaling into half fold. Exhaling into forward fold. Hands to floor, step back with the right foot into low lunge. When you find your inhale, we inhale the arms up. Find our back bend if you can, or an extension. Look up to the sky, look up to the sun. Exhale, take the arms down. Step back with the front foot, come into high plank or half plank. Exhale, bring yourself down to the floor carefully, elbows back, untap the toes. Inhale into Cobra, elbows tight to the side, use the back of the body to lift you. Looking a little bit further forward there. Into tabletop or down dog. As you inhale, take the right leg up behind you into split dog or rock back in tabletop. Bring the right leg forward into low lunge. Find your breath again. Inhale, take the arms up above the head. Find that back bend or just extend. Exhale, hands down. Step forward with the back foot as you inhale. And inhale, next inhale, we're sweeping up. Arms come out above the head. Exhale, the arms down. And into Tadasana. We go again on the other side. Inhale, the arms up above the head. Exhale them down. We're taking the swaying palm tree, or you take your right, left, whichever you'd rather do with the arms. Inhale, the arms come up above the head. We're going to the left in the side bend this time, as we're working the other side first. Inhale to the top, exhale over to the right. So your side bend here, really you need to contract and feel it moving properly rather than folding, or it'll be too strong for your arms. Come down. Sorry, inhale the arms up above the head again. Exhale, we sweep down or we roll down slowly, whichever, into Uttanasana. Forward fold. Half fold, everybody, as you inhale. And Uttanasana. Exhale into Uttanasana. Forward fold, step back with the left foot this time. Come into your low lunge. When you're ready, inhaling the arms up and taking it into a back bend. Maybe you can reach into that now. You're a bit more mobile. The Surya breath has worked here. We're stepping back with the front foot into plank or a half plank. And finding the exhale to take us down to the floor. Through staff pose, four-limbed pose. Inhale, rolling up into Cobra. Exhale, rolling gently back down. Tabletop or down dog. As we inhale, take yourself up. Have an exhale there. Inhale, take the left leg up behind you in split dog or rock back. Bring the left foot forward into low lunge. Find your breath and your position again. Inhale, take it up into a little back bend there, reaching up at the same time as back bending, remember. Hands come back down to the floor, step forward with the back foot. And inhale and sweep up, everybody. Really open up, opening up the shoulders, looking up towards the sun. Hands come together, we thank it for its lovely sunshine. Exhale the arms back down to heart center and come back to Tadasana. So this would have been done. It's a very new thing, Sun Salutation. It's only from, I don't know, the 1950s or something. I told you a little while ago, I can't remember what it was, but it's quite a modern thing. It's not an ancient practice. They think it might be taken from fitness, military fitness, by the sort of gurus, Krishnamacharya, etc. in the 1930s. There's no evidence that it was really practiced before that, but in some way or another, people have practiced sun salutation. They have revered the sun. They have thanked the sun for its life energy that it gives us. Okay, so let's roll down and just have a little couple of cool downs here. Roll down to the mat. Come back onto your back when you're ready. Won't be here long because time's running out. So come to the mat and come down onto your back somehow or another. Find your way down. If you feel you need to, just do a few windscreen wipers here, just to loosen up your spinal area, particularly. It goes with your hips here. So if you do a slightly bigger rock, you'll find it moves right up through your spine to your shoulder girdle. Quite nice just to loosen it off after you've been moving up and down like that, or the muscles more than the spine really. Okay, so then coming into extended legs, walk your legs over to your right and walk your shoulders over to your right. Keep the middle part of your body steady on the floor. And we're coming into that banana shape. And just having a big stretch out of the right, left-hand side. So we're not staying here, so you don't need to worry too much about crossing ankles or anything. Just take a couple of breaths, reaching out through from the waist up and down. Try and extend. And then moving back over to centre and taking it to the left side when you're ready. Just to have a side extension here, lateral extension. And then bring it back to neutral. Bring your right knee in now. If you've got your brick handy still, you might want it here. So if you bring your right knee in, have your brick handy. And all we're going to do is half Jatari Parviti. So we're just going to take our right knee over into a twist. So inhale, use your tummy muscles here, and as you exhale, roll over onto your left hip in my case. So the knee may not come down, your foot might not even touch the floor. That's why use your brick or something just to prop you up there somewhere, so that you're not dangling. So find the brick and pop it under wherever feels secure. If you can stay here with just your foot in the floor, you will get a bigger stretch through your hip then. Your right shoulder might have come with you, remember, so once the hips are over, turn your, take your right arm, the one behind you, and reach out behind you and rotate it so the palm is facing upwards. And that may then allow you to open up that side on your chest area. And then maybe you can look towards that hand. And just take a few breaths here in this supine twist. Just to release and open a little bit more. As you breathe, find any tight bits in you. You might find your lower hip is actually what's holding on. So try and use your exhale to release that hip. Maybe if it's that top shoulder still, maybe you can exhale, maybe you can shuffle just slightly and find a more open position for that shoulder. But just while you're breathing here, a few more sun facts. A little story in Chinese mythology, which is called cosmology apparently, there were originally 10 suns in the sky who were all brothers. And they were supposed to emerge one at a time as commanded by the Jade Emperor. They were all very young though and loved to fool around. So once they decided to all go into the sky to play all at once. But this made the world too hot for anything to grow. And a hero named Hu Yi, who is still honoured to this day, shot down 9 of them, unfortunately, with a bow and arrow. But it was to save the people of the earth. So well done, Hu Yi. So hence why we only have one now, according to Chinese mythology. In mythology, the sun god and goddesses have travelled across the sky in boats and chariots and various other things. So the chariot of Surya, who we've been speaking about, is red in colour and is drawn across the sky by 7 horses. And just out of interest, the moon god Chandra, who we speak about sometimes, her chariot is white in colour and is drawn by 7 geese. So a little bit slower, I presume, she goes than the sun. And the sun rotates counterclockwise around its axis of spin, which I didn't realise. Don't know if it makes much difference to us, but it was quite an interesting fact. And it's about 13 billion times brighter than the next brightest star. Okay, so that side should have opened. We're just going to take it on the other side before we finish. So slowly using your inhale and your stomach muscles, bring that leg back up. Have a stretch out of that side body, of your right side, by reaching up from the central point, move up and down through your leg and your arm. And then take it over to the left, that twist. So you're using your tummy muscle, remember, and the exhale to roll over onto the right hip, in my case it would be. Using a brick again or anything you need there. Let that shoulder just come with you till your leg and hip are comfortable. If you can stack your hips, that's great. It's giving a really nice twist through your thoracic spine there. But if you can't, don't worry. Just find some comfort in the leg and then take the shoulder down and rotate the palm behind you and then look towards it and find that nice stretch going through the side of your neck there as well. So you're looking backwards towards that back shoulder. Don't worry if the leg's still dangling a little bit. As long as you're comfortable, it will slowly open the hip and the gravity will work for you here. So find your breath again. Find it to ease any part of you that's holding on. So for those language buffs among you, the Latin name for sun is sol. So hence, in French, it's le soleil. I can't remember what it is in Spanish. Ali, you can probably tell me that one. The Greek name for it is Helios. And interestingly, the sun is 25% of it is helium. I presume that's some reason the name helium came from Helios. The English word for sun derives from suna in Old English, which is a Germanic language. So in German, sun is die Sonne. I think I'm correct from my German knowledge. I can't for a long time ago since I spoke German. I think I've done all my little facts for you apart from that one, so you might have to just breathe now. Oh yes, the Vedas. The Vedas, an ancient Vedic text, which we study in yoga philosophy, it asserts, this is an important one for yoga actually, it asserts that Surya is the creator of all things material in the universe. So Prakriti is the name in Sanskrit for everything that is material. And Surya, the god of the sun, is the one that's said to be the creator of that, which you can see why all these ideas come, because the sun, we can't live without the sun. We couldn't live in darkness all the time. Much as I quite like the moonlight, it doesn't do the same job. So when you're ready, gently bring yourself out of that twist. Don't often finish in a twist, and I do like to finish in a twist. And take a nice side stretch down your left side when you come out of it. Take any more movements that you need to do now before you come up to finish in Sukhasana, easy pose, cross-legged. So hopefully our Sun Salutation has given us a lot of energy for the day. They used to practice it, or they still do, at 4 in the morning at dawn, and they would do sort of 10 and 12 rotations of it. So you can imagine how active you would feel and how energetic. I'd be exhausted, I'm quite sure, but the energy that comes from that, just that gentle flow. But it's not an ancient modern tradition. It's not an ancient tradition, it's a modern tradition, remember that one, though the thought process isn't. Okay, so everybody back up now, hopefully. Hands together at heart center. Just one last time. Think of raising the hands up as you look towards your fingers and looking up towards the sky, to the sun. Saying thank you for the lovely sunshine we're going to have this week, hopefully. Bringing the hands back down. As you bring the hands down, follow them with your eyes as you come to heart center. Roll your head forward. Close your eyes. May the light in me always greet the light in you, and may the sun always shine for you and everyone. Namaste.